What is up, guys? We're back with another video. For the next couple of weeks, I am actually going to do some videos on effects, reverbs, and delays specifically. I know some people have been asking about that, so I want to show you guys what I normally do. The only thing I will not touch in these next two videos are the drum effects because I already did that in another video. So if you guys want to go check that out, there's a whole drum mixing series, a 3-part series. Just go to the channel, look for that playlist. It's awesome. So check that out. And then before we get started, I just want to remind you guys there's a mixing cheat sheet down below, EQ and compression starting points so that you don't have to guess. When you open a mix and you're like, I don't even know where to start. Those are phenomenal starting points for you to boost, cut, and compress. And I just want to give that to you guys absolutely free, no charge. Check that out down below. Okay, let's get started. In this video, we're talking about vocals, as the title says. Everybody wants to talk about vocals. Everybody wants to know about vocals. So I am going. We're on the last song that we did last week, "Glory, Honor, Power," and I'm just going to focus on the male vocal just for this, and I'm just going to go through. These are all of my effects right here. These 6. So I have 3 verbs and 3 delays, and these are just standard of what I put on my mix. Every time, like it's in my own personal template, my own. Every time I boot up a song, like these are gonna be there, just for me. So it's not always like this. I don't always use all 3 reverbs or all 3 delays. Sometimes you only use reverb and don't use delay. It's just these are always there, and I kind of want to show you guys why I do this because it gives me options to where I don't have to go hunting every time. I have like these 3 that I use almost every time, and either one of them is going to sound good or they're all going to sound good together. And so I'm just going to run through them for you guys real quick so you guys can basically copy it for yourself and then use it for yourself. I could have explained that better. Anyways, let's dive in. So here is the vocal, no effects on it.
Oh, creation points to the King, the heavens.
Okay, so sounds good. Here is the vocal in the mix right now with these effects on.
Oh, creation points to the King, the heavens can't help but.
Cool. So you guys get the voice. You can hear the trail there. So I'm just gonna solo each one real quick and kind of show you guys. So this is like a standard vocal verb that it's just a great starting point. I kind of always have this one on. I would say 99% of my mixes, it's on there because what it does, and I don't have it very high. I may have it like in between -10, -20, something like that. I don't have it very high because it's not really meant to be like an effect. It's more so meant to just put them in a space. And so I am using the Valhalla room. Large room preset here, and then we're just at 1.7 second decay time and pre-delay of 10 milliseconds, and then all of these settings are pretty untouched here. So yeah, so if you guys need to, just copy that over. High cut at 8K, depth at 50%, and obviously the mix is at 100% because we're using it as a send. Again, great reverb. Let's just listen to this real quick. Okay, and then I'm gonna pull it back and we're gonna listen to it with the vocal.
Oh, creation points to the King.
So just very, very simple. Nothing extravagant. It sounds good. It's Valhalla reverb, so they all sound good. If you guys are always curious about what reverb plugin you should buy, any of the Valhallas are incredible. Okay, next is a vocal plate, and I am using the little plate here from Sound Toys. They make tons of cool plugins. I don't know what it is about this plate plugin. Like literally, you guys can see there's like 3 controls here. You have decay time, you have the low cut and the mix. So the mix is all the way up. Low cut is roughly around 400 hertz, somewhere in that area, and then the K is about 2.5 to 3 seconds, and I adjust that depending on what the song and stuff like that, if it needs more decay time. But let's just give this one a listen real quick. So super, super rich sounding. And I just want to make sure, yeah. So on the EQ that I have on it, it's just cutting out more low end, which I think I'm already doing anyway. I always have an EQ after the reverb because sometimes the reverb could introduce some harmonics and stuff that I don't like, and I want to take those out. And so let's listen to that with the vocal in.
Can't help but sing to you our God.
So it sounds super awesome. And so we got kind of a shorter verb here, kind of a mid-range verb, and then the vintage verb, the Valhalla vintage verb, is more of our long verb. So this is at 4 seconds with a 20-second millisecond pre-delay, and this is for if you want the vocal to sound bigger, longer, wider. I definitely use this sometimes to boost up in like a chorus or something, or maybe in a really intimate spot where you just want like a long tail. On a reverb, it sounds really good. So we're using the concert hall 1970s color and 4 second decay time, and it looks like I have the high cut at 8K. Not much else. Looks like the depth and the some of these, I feel like sometimes I adjust these per song, so take these with a grain of salt. Like just use these main settings and then kind of build from there. And then I do want to show you, I do a lot more EQ on this longer verb because it lasts much longer, so it makes kind of a muddier mix. And so I want to take out whatever those frequencies are. So you can see in this song I'm adding a little bit of top end, taking out 4K, 680 and 237. Just like whatever is needed for that song and that voice. So this is that reverb here. So as you can hear, a lot of reverb. But then here, let's solo the vocal here.
Seated on the throne of glory, high and lifted up. Your presence fills the temple as we worship you.
So sounds really great. And then so let's just listen to all three with the vocal in, and I'm gonna have them all set around -10, -12 here. Let's go -12.
Oh, creation points to the King. The heavens.
And so for me, all three of those sound actually really good together. I like it's crazy how well they meld together, even though they're three different reverbs completely. The one I like the most is definitely the plate reverb for this particular vocal and for this song. So I will probably boost that up a little bit, but I actually don't want to get rid of those other two because I think they sound great. So.
Oh, creation points to the King. The heavens can't help but sing.
Like, oh man, just sounds great. Okay, so next we have a slap delay, a medium delay, and a long delay. So kind of similar to what I do with the reverbs, is shorter, medium, longer. Just kind of keep it left to right. It makes the most sense to me that way. And so this slap delay, we're using Valhalla delay, and I'm using the tape delay. The era is past, and just copy these millisecond settings here. Style is dual, so you got 121 milliseconds to 155, and that's going to create this like almost like a really like slappy sound into your left and right ears. And this is going to sound funny when I boost it, but it sounds good once it's dialed into the mix. Are we doing any EQ? No, we're not doing any EQ. So let's just give this a listen real quick.
To you our God, holy is the Lord, holy is the Lord.
So it sounds kind of annoying, right? Especially if you guys have headphones on, or if you have good studio monitors in your studio space. But this I will pretty much never have very high. It's more of an effect, and the whole point of the slap delay is to make the vocals sound wider. and bigger. So what I actually like to do is like to automate the slap delay up in the chorus. So here, I'll show you guys real quick. So I'll have it at like negative 20 here for this part.
To you, our God, holy is the Lord, holy is the Lord Almighty, seated on the throne.
And it's very, very subtle. It's really not, it really shouldn't be actually heard in the mix, if that makes sense. So we'll bring it back.
Oh, creation,
I'm muted.
to the King, the heavens can't help.
Just really, really subtle, but making that vocal sound bigger, wider. And I only ever use the slap vocal on the lead vocal. So don't put your BGVs in there. Don't do any of that. This is strictly for the lead vocal, as most delay should be. All right, so next we have up the medium delay. Medium delay, I'm using the Echo Boy from Sound Toys. And I actually just go ahead and choose the medium vocal delay preset, which I'm not exactly sure. Is it in here? It's somewhere in here. I don't actually remember where it is, but there's a medium vocal delay preset in here, and it sounds great. And so then you just kind of come in and you adjust it to your settings. Obviously, I have some low cut, some high cut here. Feedback is set to about 11 o'clock. It looks like. And I have it on analog delay here because that's what sounds good to my ears. So let's just give this a listen.
Holy is the Lord, holy is the Lord Almighty, seated on the throne.
And this again is mainly used for choruses. Maybe you can use it for some like cool effects, like some delay trails where you automate it up and down. But it's just a good sounding delay, no EQ on the back at all. Very, very cool. And then last but not least, we have our long delay, which is an Echo Boy Junior. And I have the long vocal delay preset on here. Apparently it's mine. Never mind. This one is mine for sure. Okay, so let's go through that. So we have it set to wide in mode. We have the mix all the way up. We have the echo time set to about 2 o'clock. Feedback is set to about 10 o'clock. I have it on ambient mode, a little bit of low cut, a little bit of high cut, a little bit of saturation. Input and output are not affected, so let's just give this a listen.
You, oh, we worship you. Holy is the Lord.
So yeah, we're on quarter note delays. Like it's super long, and it's meant to just make like have this vocal just feel like it's lasting forever. Like it's more of again, delay is more of an effect. It's not really meant to be heard necessarily unless you're trying to do that. Do some vocal throws or the delay throws and stuff like that. Very, very cool. Very, very easy to use. I love, if you guys can get these Echo Boys, they are phenomenal. As you guys can hear, it's not harsh. It's not having a lot of high end or anything like that. So, all right, guys, let's just give this a listen. I'm gonna pull these back a little bit because I actually don't want to use a lot of these reverbs, the delays. And so we're just gonna give it a listen with all of them in. So I'm gonna solo this guy, and then we're gonna solo all of the effects here.
Oh, creation points to the King. The heavens can't help but sing to you.
So all together they sound really good, and then let's just listen to it in the mix real quick.
Oh, creation points to the King. The heavens can't help but sing to you. To you
So yeah, I mean, it's just as long as you guys have those options, you'll pretty much be able to get away with anything. Unless you want to do something very particular and special, then you'll pull it up. And then the last thing, I know you guys are probably wondering about this. There is a de-esser on every single vocal effects track, and the reason I do that and you guys should too, is I actually don't want these harsh frequencies whenever he is having those S's or those plosives. And yes, we are already DSing on his channel with the FabFilter Pro DS, but on here, I put another de-esser because this vocal is still very bright, it's still very present, but I don't necessarily need the reverb to be bright and present because the reverb isn't there. If you're thinking about how reverb and the function that it's for, it's not really there for clarity. It's there to add space, to put the vocalist in a space, to make it wider, to make it ambient. So and so you don't actually need all that clarity up front because whenever you have a lot of clarity, it makes something sound closer to you, whenever that's like the exact opposite of the goal of reverb. So what I like to do is stack that de-esser on there. And what that's going to do is just take away some of those clarity, some of those high, harsh frequencies that can kind of make a delay or a reverb kind of annoying, and then you're doing more EQ on the back end. But if you just get a good de-esser setting on there, it'll actually take out all those harsh frequencies for you before they even get there, because it's basically taking them out as they build up in that vocalist voice. And it does it to all the vocals that you are sending to that reverb. So very, very cool. Steal that trick, because it makes things just go so much smoother for effects. And that's it, guys. That's it. Those are like mainly the only effects that I use on my vocals. I will every once in a while throw like maybe a chorus or some type of weird saturation, but most of the time it's those 6, and I can get away with it because they sound great. And you don't need to complicate things. You need to overcomplicate it. So thank you guys for checking out the video. Let me know which delay or which reverb you guys were most surprised by, because I think all 6 of those are very necessary for most production, but you never really know which one you really need for each production. So, and then last but not least, do not forget down below the mixing cheat sheet for mixing live worship recordings. It is crucial because it gives you just phenomenal EQ starting points, phenomenal compression starting points, so that you can just dive right into a mix and just start figuring out what sounds good, what sounds bad. So pick that up down below, absolutely free. And I'll see you guys next week, where we're going to talk about effects with the band, with the room mics, the keyboard or the guitar or whatever. So check that out, and I'll see you next week.